Hey Real World Climbers, we're back with another video. We're back here in the garage with the spray wall. We're going to take a look at an app that uses artificial intelligence to make up some climbs. Thanks for checking out this video. My name is Josh and this is Real World Climbing. I love home climbing walls. This is part of mine behind me here. And this is a spray wall that I've actually done some work with the different apps that you can save your climbs and set your climbs, and also have others across the country set climbs for you. So today we're going to be taking a look at an app that doesn't have a human setting climbs for you. It uses AI, and the name of the app is called Boulder Bot. If you haven't seen the videos I already made about the spray wall, how to set it up, how to set up the apps, go ahead and click up here and enjoy that. But today's is going to be kind of a spin-off on that. If you have already watched those other videos, I just want to remind you that I have opened up my climbing wall on RetroFlash and Eat Spray Love for you to be able to set climbs on there and test out the apps. And so if you wanted to set climbs on Real World Climbing Headquarters Part 5, that would be awesome. I'm actually going to do a session where I climb your climbs, which would be really, really fun. So why don't we jump into the phone here and set up our wall on Boulder Bot. Alright, so here we go. We're going to go into Boulder Bot here. And immediately it asks me to select a wall. So I don't have a wall, so I'm going to go ahead and hit the plus sign, I think. If you want to add a wall someone else has shared with you, go to the shared. Otherwise, write a name for your wall. So let's do this. Select an image of your wall. There. Select the angle of your wall in degrees. So it is 20-degree overhang for the most part. Select the wall height. So I would say total I have probably 12. In the next screen, define the holds on the wall. So what I think I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be taking each hold and designating if it's a hard to use hold, like small, crimpy, or a difficult hold, or if it's a juggy hold, then it would be considered an easy hold. So I'm going to self-label it on the difficulty. And it says zoom and tap on the image to add holds. Tapping on added holds again will either remove them or change their difficulty. Don't need to add all the holds right now. You can edit them later using edit wall. So that's really nice because I think it would be hard to do my entire wall all in one sitting. When not sure, you can always use medium. If you add only some of the holds, it is best to spread them out evenly. It's important that holds go from the bottom footholds to the top. So it's giving you some pointers on how to set it up. Down here across the bottom, it looks like I have different categories: easy, medium, hard, and then foot specific. So why don't we start with the foot specific for now. It sounds like I'm able to, like I said, pinch and zoom. That's nice. And then drag it around. So all these here I can say are foot specific. Circles look a lot like the RetroFlash app. I've got a lot of footholds down here, so it's kind of nice. So like if I screw up, I think I can just unclick it, and that's kind of nice. Some of these holds that look like footholds and they're down low, I might consider them to even be potentially handholds. So I'm kind of leaving some of them. No, they're really low, so they would be like lay down starts. But all right, so that's a lot of footholds there. I guess if I wanted to, I could come even over here. All right, let's start with that. So that's a lot of footholds. And now I would go through and set all of the handholds. It looks like based on difficulty. So I'm going to start with some easy holds because I know where the jugs are located here. So I'm going to click easy. That's a jug. recommended making sure, at least in the first go, to make sure that you have some path from bottom to top. So I'm just literally going to do the jugs that I know of here. Alright, for now that's what I'm going to do. I'm sure I'll find some more jugs later, but I'm going to go ahead and switch and do some medium ones as well. So this is where it gets a little bit tougher. Oh, there's one more, that's for sure a jug. This is where it gets a little bit tougher, so medium, I'm going to say, you know, some of these flat edges like this. I like how they all have their own color. That pocket. Let's say like this is a sloper, but because it's on the volume, I would say it's medium-ish. So this is the part that's kind of, it's hard deciding what I would classify as medium and easy and hard. So I think it's going to be really nice, the fact that it sounds like there is an edit feature, so once I create it, then I can always change it up later. But I'm wondering if I make a bunch of climbs and then I change the difficulty of the holds, I wonder if that would affect the climbs that I create. So that's something interesting to figure out here. So let's do a few hard ones. Let's say that one's hard. Definitely hard. A lot of these smaller ones, I happen to like crimps, so that's where I had a hard time. Like, I think they would be probably classified as hard, but definitely the slopery ones are going to be hard. They're getting pretty compacted here with all these dots. All these moonboard holds are hard, all these yellow ones for sure. And I might just come back to those later if I want to incorporate those. And actually, I have an idea what I want to do. So I'm pretty sure I'll do the video whether you comment or not, but go ahead and comment below if you would be interested in what Boulder Bot does with a moonboard. Will it actually create problems that are similar, or maybe it will actually create boulder problems that already exist on the Moonboard app? I'm curious about that. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to do that video whether you want to or not, but if you think that would be awesome, go ahead and comment below. I didn't know if I was going to get this far, but it looks like I've done almost every single one. I'm finding a few little ones here and there, but I mean, it's really a nice system because the pinch zoom lets you get in really close and you can really tell what you're missing and what is already been selected. And so just at a quick glance here, I think I'm almost done. It looks like I got most things, but if I need to, I'm going to go back. So I'm going to go ahead and click up here in the corner, hit save, and okay, what do I do next? Okay, so I got this pencil, which is probably what I do to make a problem. Okay, so with the pencil, I can just make a problem. So down here on the bottom, I got like this graph with like some sparkles. Maybe it's like magic or something. Click on that, and it picks a route for me. Interesting. So it literally just built me a route instantly like that. So it gave me these footholds here and a start hold of that pocket. Okay. And I gotta come out to the pinch. Alright. I like all those holds. And I mean, it's kind of interesting. It picked this big pinch here, right here, as a foothold only. So that's kind of interesting. Okay, so I literally, all I did was click it. I click it again and it shuffles. So this is just building me one. Oh, and it even comes up with a little name up there, Perceptible Pig. Okay, but then if I want to edit this particular one, okay, so I can be like, oh, I liked most of what you did, Boulder Bot, but I want to make a change. That's kind of cool. It names it for me. I can give it a grade, so it looks like it's got font grades. So I wonder if it'll let me change that. But well, let me save without a grade. It lets me save without putting a grade on. That's good too. Okay, so then I got chart. Oh, okay. So what did I click on? I clicked on these slider bars here, and the slider bars let me choose the parameters of what it makes. So if I want it to be a lot harder and have some bigger spans, let's try that now. And now let's hit the button. Okay. So that made it a lot harder, yes, because the finish hold is this pocket, a very hard pocket, pretty up high, and the next closest hold is this orange sloper. I don't even know, I probably can span that, but that's a hard climb, just that one move. That's kind of interesting. 2 start holds, and then basically a dyno to that edge. Interesting. Okay, so I can cycle through all these as many times as I want, and then I think when I find one that I like, I click up on the pencil and hit save. This folder down here has all of the ones that I've saved. So far it's only the perceptible pig. If I've climbed perceptible pig, I click the check mark, tells me that I've climbed it, and I choose how many attempts, and that I can go more than 200 attempts. And some of those hard ones probably will take more than 200 attempts. I'm going to click on the triple bar up here, see what options we have. So select wall again. Here's my edit wall. So if I need to go back in and be like, oh, this hold is harder or easier on my thing. Oh, I just found another one. Let's say that these are medium. And this is easy. I do have some advanced features that says that they're locked. So looks like for $20, I can open up some advanced features that Early Bird offer. So I mentioned this in my previous video. One-time fees on apps that I find value in, I don't mind paying that. And so advanced generation settings, generate problems using specific holds or by drawing a path. That sounds cool. On the Moonboard app, there is an option for choosing specific holds that you want to make sure are in your problem, and then it'll show you all the problems that have already been created using that. So this sounds like it's similar, except for Boulder Bot's going to create it, and I would just say make sure you use these certain holds. That's pretty cool. And then the path. Oh yeah, the path option I think would be cool because a lot of times I do route setting based on the path I want the body to take, and then I find holds that match that. So that would be interesting. Heat maps on the wall statistics. So my guess is that would be holds that get used more often than others. Circuits, zone holds, making rules on holds. Advanced wall editor. Set hold type, direction, size, and fine-tune the difficulty. So that's interesting. So I could say something like this hold is direction, the best part of it is this direction. It's not straight down pulling. And so I've seen some other apps that do something like that, so that's kind of cool. Tag and organize problems, keep track. Advanced filters, problem lists, all that stuff. So I'm definitely going to play around with the free version for a little while. I'll climb up these climbs. I will try to see how it comes up with things. And then these additional features, and there's a bunch of them, they actually sound appealing. And so if I'm liking Boulder Bot, I'm going to throw them that $20 and get the pro version. It looks like I get a free trial as well, so maybe I'll try the free trial first, and then if I like it. I don't have any problem supporting an app that is doing good things. Pro, I've got a logbook, so I can see my logbook. I have nothing yet. Settings, that's what I was looking for. Okay, so here's where I can change my grade from my grading system from font to Waco. So I'm in USA, so we use the Waco system here. That'd be great. Marker colors, I have the default colors or the alternate colors for those that are colorblind. That's nice. I'm not colorblind, but it's nice that they have that as an option. background dimming. Okay. Let's see what that does. Oh, interesting. So then all the background stuff is really dim, and then it's really just lit up on the holds that are selected. I like that, but that's a little bit too dark, so maybe I would go like normal dark. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Well, very cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle this up a few times, and I'm going to go ahead and do some of these climbs. All right, we're ready. We got our climbing shoes on, and we are ready to climb. I got my buddy Gavin here, and we're going to test this out because, as you saw before, this has a feature for adjusting the span, and he's got a much shorter wingspan, arm span than me. And so we're going to try this out and see if any of these are appropriate for kid size as well. The parameters we're going to start with for now are going to be kind of like medium length. So I was reading up on the question block here, and it describes what length is, and it's the number of moves, the distance on the wall. So I think we're going to do medium length. We're going to start with a short span here and low on the difficulty, and this will be part of our warm-up as well. So that's what we're going to start with. So let's go ahead and generate a problem here. So this is the first problem, and you can see that it starts on this red hold here as well as this hold right here. So Gavin might just start on one or both of those, and then Gavin, the next hand holds are way over here actually. So they're around the corner. Then the next handhold is this red one. So you're actually going to be climbing up the arete on this one. And then this big yellow one here. Any of the handholds. And then your dedicated feet holds are this one. Good. Now all the way over here. So you probably have to switch your feet. Yep. Reach over here. Farther. Yep. Okay, higher for the good hold. See it? Good. Okay, now your next handhold is this one right here. Wait, no, that's a foot only hold. Right here.
Where do I put my feet?
You have to stand up and get this hold with your right hand, left hand. Woohoo! Alright. It's still pretty stretched out for Gavin even, but I'm going to go ahead and give this a try. Oh, I forgot all the holds, Gavin.
I'll tell you the holds.
So that's the thing is, like, I gotta remember the holds. These aren't routes that I've already made, so. Alright. Those two, the red one, the yellow one. Oh, and then it's the yellow one there, the orange one, and it finishes on the green one. Okay, so they're all pretty good holds. And then I have a couple footholds over here if I want them. This is a foothold if I want it. This is a foothold if I want it. There we go.
Okay, so yes. Orange one.
What do I get a foothold here? That one's a foothold, yeah. This orange one?
Yep. And then the green one.
What's the other foothold over here? This one here?
Yeah, wait. Yeah.
Alright, so next one is called Noticeable Anaconda, Gavin. Starts here. You go here. Then you have this one, this one, this one, this one. Here.
I just with my finger.
Yeah, good. Yellow. This foothold's on, right?
Yeah. Now go to the top white one. Now both hands. Both hands. Yeah.
Any footholds over here?
Let me see. Yep. The
I got it. So part of this is memory game. So the last half of that one ended up interesting. The first half was kind of weird and contrived, but I like the last half for sure. So one of the things I like about this is then if I like part of this route, I could come in and edit. I could say, you know what, this foothold's too far away. I could take that away, maybe put something closer, and that would make more sense for the start. So that's kind of cool. That if I like this one, graceful bud gradier, something like that, I could go ahead and save that. And I could probably say that that's something like V2. So I can say, well, I like some of it, but not all of it, and I can make slight adjustments. Now, let's change it up. We lost Gavin here a little bit, so we're going to go ahead and increase the spans. Middle, length up, we'll bring the difficulty up. Shuffle. Okay. So it chose that hold up there as the finish hold, and I can tell right away that that's not really a matchable finish hold. I'm going to try the route anyway, maybe with good feet, but that's going to be super hard. The other thing I've noticed about it is it doesn't really pick to start very low. Even though I designated handholds down this far, it's not really picking any of those as handholds for the starts. So it's not really doing sit starts. So I do think it would be a little bit better if the AI knew that I could do sit starts. And maybe that would come in a future iteration, not sure. So let's try this one. This one uses some moonboard stuff. Alright, so this got hard. This jumped up in difficulty pretty considerably, even though my scale is only about halfway up on the difficulty. And the reason why I think so is because the system knows that this wall is 20 degrees, but it doesn't know that this wall is 40 degrees. Smearing maybe. Yeah. So that finish hold is slopey and small. It's like one hand worth, not two hands worth. So here's why I think I'm going to like the Boulder Bot app. Not because I think it's going to create me perfect boulders from start to finish every time. As I already mentioned, there's things that I think it would be nicer if it started lower with some sit starts. But what I do like about it is picking these combinations of holds and moves that I normally wouldn't pick for myself. And so even if I just get like a middle portion or an ending portion or a beginning portion or something that I like about it, it's going to make me do things that I normally wouldn't do myself. So it's that other perspective that I'm looking for to add that variety. I have the other apps where if I want to set my own route the way I want it from the get-go, I have Retro Flash or Eat Spray Love or Stoked to do that. But I can use the Boulder Bot app to get me out of my comfort zone with certain moves. But again, not expecting it to build me a perfect boulder. Let's try another one in that realm. Okay. So you can see, again, this is just me iterating, that the starting holes it chooses are like halfway up my wall. And I'm standing to start on it. Versus I could get in, 2 more full moves if I started down here. Let's give the Grand Lobster a try. I think the algorithm for the naming convention is an adjective and an animal. Yeah, that's a hard move. With no feet. Same thing, this next one that came up really has no feet anywhere here. I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to give it a go. Because maybe I could live act the whole thing, but going from here up to there with no feet might make it considerably hard. Hard is not a bad thing, but I just don't want it to be contrived either. So what I might end up having to do is take the span down, but keep the difficulty where it is. And that's the cool thing about maybe fine-tuning those settings. Yeah. Just with no feet, no additional feet here. I don't know about that one. Let's try switch grip here. Yeah! Oh yeah, let's try the parameters. I'm going to take spans down a little bit. Try it again. Oh, whew. Boulder Bot getting me. Kind of like, I like the challenge of it. Oh. Pretend my foot's down. Oh, that one is interesting. That one's just plain hard. So I'm curious if I just have the difficulty of too hard, font grade 8. So let's find out what my font grade 8 is, because I haven't. Oh, oh, that's why. So if the slider was all the way over to the right, it would be about V11, which V11 is pretty darn hard. It's definitely beyond my current level. If it was all the way over here, it'd be V11, and I was interpreting it as V8, so yeah, in here is probably still pretty hard. I like it. Boulder Bot, I like a lot what's going on here. Obviously, there's some tweaks I would make. Obviously, there's things that aren't like perfect for my usage, but it doesn't mean they wouldn't be perfect for other people's walls, or if you had this up at a gym, spray wall, and things like that. But so far I'm liking it. I'm going to take the difficulty down a little bit. So I want to actually do some stuff here. Got a couple jugs in there, but a big span, so that would be like a good dyno. And then you got to work your way back over onto the moon board. I forgot the holds. I forgot the holds on the wall. Tactical duck. Let's go, tactical duck. This one seems fun. Alright, I did one. I did the tactical duck. So I kind of like that one. I'll go ahead and save that one for now. There's a couple tough moves in there for sure. Alright, so I'm going to take span down even farther. Bring the difficulty up a little bit again. Let's try that. Oh, that's a foot only though. So that one's off for hands. Woo! A lot of this is the mental challenge of remembering the holds, which I also like. That's so far. So I'm going to again pretend I got some of these holds. Okay. Okay. Touched it. But we're going to just save it and move on. I forgot the hold already. Forgot the hold. Oh man, right there in front of my face. Whew. That's tough. So that's the Boulder Bot app. Go ahead and download it and try it for yourself. I actually found some things I really like about it. And so I think it's going to be an interesting additional tool to my training. Do I think it's the end all be all app for spray walls? No, but it does bring some additional features that I think are pretty cool. I feel like number one thing that it has going for it is that ability to get something that your brain wouldn't normally have picked up on, that you are not setting to your personal strengths necessarily or to the movement that feels natural. That is one thing I find is tough when route setting for myself is I set things that I think are possible, but then they usually end up being too easy where I do them too quickly. And so for something that needs to be like project grade or something limit bouldering, the additional kind of serendipity of it that I've found that I really like is that the remembering where holds are, unless it's a project that you've saved in here and you're using over and over again, you're probably hitting a new route, a new shuffle every once in a while, so you really are giving it a few goes off of just looking at it. And so remembering the holds that you are allowed to use, I think, is another cool memory game, and it's part of climbing outside really, is remembering all the little micro beta, remembering the little spots where you put your feet and things like that, is part of outside climbing. So I think this will really help that as well. So I am going to continue to have this as part of my training. I'm going to continue using it. I'm going to keep using the free features, but I'm also really contemplating going for the advanced features and trying those out, because there's some that I'm really interested in, like choose specific holds, draw a path. So up here is a playlist with additional videos about technology and apps for climbing walls. And so go ahead and check those videos out. And if you're getting good stuff out of this content, I think it would be great if you would click the chains on the subscribe button, and that way I can see you in future videos.